everyone, what is up? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Gabby. Thanks so much for stopping by. As you can tell by the title of today's video, we are back with another what I spend in a month for the month of June. I do recognize this video is coming a little bit late for you guys, and I do apologize about that. June has been so busy, and so have the first few weeks of July, so I haven't had time to sit down and film this for you, but I am finally getting to it, and I wanted to still do this video because I enjoy watching them, and I still want to keep myself accountable and kind of go through my personal finances and share them with you and my feelings about, you know, my personal finance journey and my spending during the month of June. I really love watching these videos, so I hope you do too, but without further ado, let's jump right into it. So as always, I have my little budgeting app on my phone that we will be going through. I'm going to tell you the month's total and then all of the categories and percentages of my spending, and then we're going to kind of reflect on each one. I will say June did feel a little bit of a heavy spending month for me. I did cut back in certain areas, but I did have to spend more in others. This also does not include any of my business expenses as well, so anything from my YouTube, TikTok, and content creation business, as well as like savings and stuff. I technically don't count that. I just like move it out of my account automatically, and I don't like count it as even money coming in. It goes right to my savings, so I do want to disclaim that I don't actually like put it into my budgeting. But yeah, let's get right into the breakdown. Okay, so for June, my total spend was $1,875.72, which I would say is pretty average actually for my monthly spending, and I know it's going to change a lot since we are welcoming a baby literally in the next month, which I can't believe, and I know our spending is going to change. So I feel like for June and July, we've been trying to balance, we being Damon and I, you know, kind of adjusting our spending mindset, what we're spending on, budgeting for the baby, and also enjoying our lives as just the two of us before we become a family of 3. So I don't really know if that's like counterproductive, but I do want to like still, you know, go out for coffee dates or date nights and, you know, eat food at a restaurant without having a baby or a child, and just enjoy our time together. Definitely trying to prioritize that in the last couple months leading up before the baby, but also being mindful that yes, our spending will be shifting and changing, and that will look different once we actually have the baby here, because we're gonna have to buy things like toys and clothes and diapers and wipes and formula, perhaps things like that. Anyways, I don't know, I just wanted to preface that. Also, if you didn't catch my vlogs, we might be moving soon. I mean, we're going to move eventually, but might be sooner than we anticipated as our landlords are selling the house. So TBA, we're not moving yet, thankfully. But that all to say that basically that this is normal spending, I would say. I did spend a little bit more in some categories than I don't normally, and then less in others. So let's just go through the breakdown of each category. So we have rent for $700, car repairs $323.95, gifts $273.16, groceries $161.66, phone $74.50, gas $69.63, healthcare $65.49, baby things $44.76, restaurants $39.03, clothes $30.24, maintenance $27.81, food that like doesn't include restaurants, just like fast food or grab and go food $26.71, entertainment $20, parking $8, subscription $6.29, and $4.49 in home supplies. Okay, so let's go through like the percentages in each category and kind of the transactions in that. So of course the biggest one we have is our rent at 37%, but again, this includes everything for us, and this is split between Damon and I, so $700 is my portion since we do split some of these transactions. And again, it includes heat, water, electricity, our Wi-Fi, our TV, like literally everything, our parking, all of that. So honestly, it's a great deal. I'm gonna be so sad when we have to move because the rent prices in Calgary are astronomical, and we will definitely not be getting this good of a deal kind of thing when we do have to move, or if our landlords sell the house and the new buyers would like to keep us. I would anticipate probably a rent raise, or they might take some of our utilities away kind of thing that we would have to set up and pay for ourselves. So I am very, very thankful for only paying that small amount right now, even though yes, it's still 37% of my spending for the month. Again, I feel like rent, housing prices are just insane, and it does account for everything, so I am okay with paying that. The next thing is a little bit out of the ordinary. I did have my windshield replaced on my car. I am slowly chipping away at all of the maintenance that needs to be done for it because I do want to keep the car in good condition, but I didn't want to pay for everything all at once and just have like my car out of commission for like 2 days. So that took a couple hours, and it was $314.95 for a new windshield, but I really did need it. It was also causing my sunroof some problems, I think. Now that that is fixed, hopefully the sunroof thing is fixed. It was just kind of like creaking and making some noises, and I think it wasn't like fully reinforced because I had a big crack in my windshield. Plus, with the baby coming, I just want to try and prioritize like the most important things to, you know, get done, and we have a safe vehicle to travel in, obviously. So that needed to be done, and I also got a car wash for $9. Again, just trying to like detail and like clean everything up before the baby gets here, and who knows when my next car wash will be, kind of thing. So that was considered car repairs for the month, which was a little bit more than my obviously normal spending at 17% of what I spent this month. But like I said, it's important to maintain your car so it lasts you longer and doesn't break down, especially with baby coming. I don't want to have any safety issues on the road. So I've been slowly chipping away at all of the car repairs that I need to do. Next biggest category was gifts. It accounted for 15% of my spending. It was a heavy gift month, I will admit. I do not normally spend this much on gifts. That being said, I do like spending on gifts because then I want people to feel appreciated and know that I do appreciate them. So Damon's birthday was this month. I also had my baby shower, so I spent some money on all of those kind of gifts. I bought things to make little party favors for the baby shower, which were like little popcorn things. I have a whole video posted on that if you want to go check it out. It turned out super cute. I bought stickers and like little gift, I don't know, bags, like candy bags, I guess, ribbon and popcorn for it. So again, it was pretty inexpensive for a party favor. I wanted to have something to thank my guests for, you know, the gifts that they brought to shower us with and just their time and coming to support us as well. It really meant a lot. And then I also bought my hostesses gifts. So my mom, my mother-in-law, and my sister-in-law all hosted my baby shower. So I bought them each a $50 gift card to a store or thing that they liked, plus a bottle of wine and then some chocolates as well. So that was definitely very hefty spending. But like I said, I honestly don't mind spending that because they put a lot of time and effort and money and everything into hosting a beautiful party for me, and I just wanted them to know that I appreciated that and, you know, have a little token as well. So that was definitely abnormal spending for me, so I did need to cut back in other areas of spending, and from now until I think November we have a break from buying gifts, thankfully. And yeah, so that is the next category. Then we have groceries that accounted for 9% of my spending for $161.66. I think that's really on par for what I normally spend, maybe a little bit higher. We did have to stock up on some pantry staples and stuff. I'm trying to keep the house stocked and maybe prep some meals before baby comes. I think we're really good about cooking. Damon's great about cooking as well. We like to eat good food, fresh food, so I don't know how many like freezer meals we're going to be prepping. I think like snacks is the biggest thing that we need to stock up on, and just like pantry staples, so like, you know, having all of our cooking oils and vinegars and seasonings and things like that, just like basics, so we don't have to worry about that. We just have to like get like fresh fruits and veggies each week. We have been stocking up on proteins like ground beef and ground pork, chicken, things like that to put in the freezer as well. But again, we do split this cost, so $161.66 is my portion or my half of the grocery bill, but I really don't think that that is like a ton in retrospect. It definitely is more than what we were spending before like this crazy inflation. It definitely is starting to be more apparent of inflation at the grocery store. Pre-pandemic we're around like the $50 mark, but now it's definitely around that $80 mark, and I don't think we're changing necessarily what we're buying. It's not like we're buying more luxurious things or more food at this point, other than like stocking up sometimes, but we do try and shop the flyers and keep it pretty low budget. So that is, you know, the best that we are doing, and you gotta have food in the house, so it is what it is. All right, next category, 4% 60% actually of my spending this month was for my phone bill, $74.50. I always say this, phone bills in Canada are stupidly expensive, but you kind of have no choice but to pay them. I've done everything that I can to try and get the cheapest phone bill as possible, so that is just kind of a necessary evil. Then we have gas for $69.63, and again 4% of my spending this month. I do not drive a lot. I know I get a lot of questions on how I keep my gas bill so low, and that's like, you know, obviously gas for the car, but I literally don't drive that much. Damon does a lot of the driving as well. If we're together, I will drive, like, obviously occasionally, but the majority of my driving is to the mall to film for like Lululemon and stuff, maybe some errands and whatnot throughout the week, but I'm really not driving a ton. I would say I drove a lot more in June. I feel like I did make a couple trips out to Strathmore, so the gas bill was like maybe a little bit more, but it was still 1 tank of gas. I usually use 1 tank of gas per month, so again, really not that bad in perspective of things. Then we have healthcare for $65.49, which accounted for 3% of my spending. What did I end up actually buying? I think just toiletries, and I bought postpartum things as well. So, you know, like the little maxi pads and Perry bottle, like all the things that you need for postpartum. I think that's majority of this healthcare spending. Oh, the only other thing I bought were some press-on nails for the baby shower. That was like $10, but I don't like going to get my nails done, and I honestly hate having fake nails. I do not have fake nails on 99.9% of the time, only for special occasions, so I just decided to pick some of those up and basically peel them off the next day because that's how much I really don't like having them on. That's pretty much what I spent in healthcare. For baby things, we bought some like last minute clothes, anything we still needed from the baby shower that maybe wasn't purchased from our registry, we also picked that up. So honestly, not much. We picked up a few more toys and things. We did have some gift cards that we used, and then clothes. Old Navy was having a sale, so I picked up some more sleepers because I anticipate that's what the baby will wear for a while and is probably the easiest thing for it to wear. So I did pick up some more like newborn and 0 to 3 sleepers in anticipation. Overall, it was 2% of our spending, which is super low because we are not buying diapers and wipes and stuff necessarily at this moment. I did actually pick up some wipes at Costco, which I think I maybe forgot to add in here. That was like $12, so we could add $12 to that. Yeah, we're not buying, like, we were so lucky to be gifted things, and I was waiting till after the shower to see kind of what we needed. And actually, a lot of people bought us very, very useful things off of our registry that we asked for from the shower, so we didn't end up needing a ton of other things. I know there's going to be things once he's here, and there's going to be last minute things that we need and whatnot that maybe I forgot about, or maybe that will be helpful now that we have met him and kind of establishing a routine of some sort. So baby spending is definitely going to go up next month or the month after, depending on when he gets here, but so far it was pretty low spending in June. Restaurant was only $39.03, which I am actually kind of impressed and shocked by. I definitely thought it was more, but I think we did get treated to a few meals out as well, which was nice. And I don't think we ate out a ton, just Damon and I, so I only have one transaction on here for $39.03. I believe that was for his birthday, and we went to Una Pizza, which is like a upscale kind of pizza place. It was definitely more expensive than our normal meals out, I would say, but it was, again, a special occasion, and apparently that was the only restaurant meal that we went out for ourselves, which I'm actually pretty impressed by. Next thing I have on here is clothes, $30.24, and I did buy some socks at Aritzia because it was their clientele sale, and that's basically the only thing that fits me at 8-9 months pregnant. But I love their socks. Honestly, I don't know what it is about their socks. They are truly phenomenal, and the ones that I had, the like crew socks, or no, the ankle socks, I think, or something, low ankle, I forget what they're called exactly, but they're like the shorter crew socks. They're starting to wear out because I've worn them so much that I needed to grab a replacement package. And then I also got some like no-show low ankle socks as well for those days when I don't want my socks to be showing. So I spent $30 on socks, which is again kind of crazy because I only got 6 pairs, but they're like the comfiest things ever. I highly recommend them and happy about that spending. I have not been spending as much on clothes because again, I just feel like nothing really fits anyways, and I don't know what my size will be. So I've been trying to wear what I have and make it work for the last couple months of my pregnancy. Then we have some maintenance costs. We did install our portable AC unit, which we do have crank out windows, and we needed to kind of make a contraption to, you know, adapt the portable AC unit because those are made for like slide out windows or whatnot. So we basically built a board and like stuck the hose through it. Anyways, we had to pay for, you know, all the materials to make and design that. So that was $27.81 was my half, and that was the maintenance that we had to get done around the house. Again, very minor, and it has been a saving grace because it's been so hot here where we live, and I obviously am a lot warmer, producing a lot more body heat when I am pregnant. So the AC has honestly been a lifesaver and definitely worth the investment. For my sanity, it's gotten very hot in this house, like 30 degrees, which I think is like 80, high 80s maybe Fahrenheit. So again, in the house and outside the house, both being at like 30 degrees Celsius is crazy, and definitely needed the AC unit, and I'm very glad we got that done and installed, and really it was 1% of my spending this month. Then we have food. Again, accounted for 1% of my spending. I got lunch out a few times, and I think we got, you know, some Wendy's, McDonald's types of things. Really not that much. $26.71. Yeah, that's it. So not bad, I would say. For a whole month, only $30 on like random foods here and there. Is probably about once a week, which I would say is pretty good. Entertainment, I went out to Strathmore and we went to see a play that my friend was in. I paid for mine and my mom's ticket, which was $10 each, so it was $20. And we also got like pedicures and lunch that day that she paid for, so I was like, I'm paying for the play, don't worry about it. And that was all for entertainment this month. Parking, I went downtown to visit my dad for lunch. $8 for parking downtown. I actually scored a good parking spot this time. Street parking down there can be honestly horrid in Calgary, and I was lucky to snag a spot, so I think I would pay for like 2 hours of parking, maybe. $8, it is what it is. Subscription, $6.29 for Apple Music, and home supplies, I think we bought freezer bags for $4.49. Again, needed some stuff to be able to freeze meals and snacks and things like that for when baby comes, and we were out of freezer bags, so I decided to pick those up. But those last 3 things, parking, subscription, and home supplies, basically don't even show up on the spending for the month. They are at 0% or like, you know, below 1%. So again, minimal transactions. I feel like overall, I feel like I was pretty penny pinching in June because again, I did pay a lot more in my car maintenance and then the gift category. Everything else was super normal though, like basically what we would normally spend. Restaurant was low, which I was kind of surprised by, but I think that's because we went out to eat with other family members and they treated us to dinner and stuff like that. So obviously that really helps our budget. And I didn't, you know, buy any like coffees really or anything. I had lunch out maybe a couple times, nothing too major. Ate at home a ton and, you know, tried to save where we could. So I'm feeling really good about our spending in June. Again, it's right on track for what I normally spend. It wasn't a super high month. I'm not really sure how July is going to shape up. To be honest, I think we're going to be home most of the time waiting for baby to make his debut, and I think that'll hopefully keep our costs low. I definitely know it's been tempting to eat out already because it's been so hot and we just don't really want to cook in our house, and it's hard to just like barbecue things as well because we don't really have like a proper barbecue. It's like a very small one. So it's a little bit tricky trying to find meals. So the temptation to eat out is there. We will see what the restaurant budget shapes up to be in July. I'm not sure when I will be able to film that one, depending on, again, a lot of factors, and I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break from YouTube, or like less of a, I don't know, more formal sit down type video. So I might be pausing the series for a little bit, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, give give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below in the comments how you're feeling about your personal spending, or what was the most rewarding thing you spent your money on in June, or even the first part of July, because I'm pretty sure that's when you'll be seeing this. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I also talk a lot about Lululemon and then kind of my pregnancy and pregnancy journey, so I have a lot of videos coming up on that. But again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!